Good morning and welcome to Coffee with KBLIC. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties as I have a new setup, so we're trying it out today, and so I thank you for your patience. My name is Amber, and I'm a business and technology librarian at the Boston Public Library, and I really want to thank you for joining me this morning. Today, let me pull up our guest slide. We have Sarah Chapple-Sokol, outreach specialist from JVS Boston. Sarah,
Good
why don't you
morning.
why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Sarah Chapple-Sokol. I am the outreach specialist for Bridges to College and Careers at JVS. I also work on our client services team where we do welcome meetings for everyone who applies to JVS to help them figure out what their next steps will be.
Thank you so much. And so today, our overview of today, we're just going to have a nice conversation with Sarah, and then what we'll do is we'll answer your questions live. So you can answer them in the chat below, or if you want, you can send us an email later to ask@bpl.org, or you can tweet at us at BPL Kirstein with the hashtag Coffee with KBLIC. The instructions are in the description. Words are failing me this morning. So Sarah, can you tell us a little bit about JVS?
Sure. JVS is one of the largest workforce development agencies in the region. We were founded in 1938, so more than 80 years ago, and originally founded, our full title is Jewish Vocational Service. We were originally founded to help Jewish immigrants and refugees coming over from Europe. To help them find a job and settle here. Now, 80 years later, we are still doing the work of helping people from all over the world, helping to find them jobs. We offer skill training, education, and job search resources in many different programs. And if you are looking for any of these things, we probably can help you. We help people from all over the world and from right here in Boston.
Nice. So I actually just pulled up the JVS website on the screen just so folks can see. It's just jvs-boston.org, and I will pop that in the chat just so folks have access to that, and that will be linked below. So can you tell us a little bit more about what programs you specifically work with?
Sure. So Bridges to College and Careers is our college preparatory program. It is a 6-month free program where we help students prepare to go to college. We offer academic, career, and financial coaching in the 6 months, and as well as academic classes and preparation to go into a good career. We have 3 different pathways: general studies, business technology, and biotechnology. The first 2, general studies and business technology, are affiliated with Bunker Hill Community College. And after the 6 months at JVS, students go on to complete a certificate or an associate's degree at Bunker Hill. The biotechnology program is affiliated with Quincy College, where students go on to complete a certificate in biotechnology and good manufacturing practice.
Nice. And actually, I'm just going to pull up the flyer for folks to see up on the screen. So it'll be up there. Actually, whoops, that's not the correct one. I have the pharmacy technician program up by accident. Here we go. So I have the Bridges to College a flyer up now, just so folks have it, and your contact information is on the flyer. And that information will be down below in the link described below. And folks can pop that in the chat. So.
Yes, if people can feel free to reach out to me through email. They can also apply directly on our website. We are actually just wrapping up recruitment for this cycle. We actually are starting the new cycle next week.
Nice.
But if you don't get in this cycle, we will be doing another cycle starting in July, and hopefully with any luck, maybe we'll be in person for at least part of that cycle. Right now, all of our classes, coaching, everything we offer is online right now.
So I do have a question. What are the limits to like, is there like someone who can't apply to the Bridges to College program, or are you guys like pretty well set up to sort of accept folks? Like,
Yeah, it's a
what's the
good
criteria?
question. We do have a couple of eligibility requirements.
Hmm.
You need to have a high school diploma or GED or high set from anywhere in the world. It does not have to be from the United States.
Oh, that's
Um,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, we have many of our students are immigrants, are
Hmm.
either some of whom have a high school diploma, some of whom have a higher education, some of whom have PhDs in their home country, and they are here starting their
Hmm.
career again or starting a new career.
Hmm.
You do need to have intermediate or higher English skills
Okay.
because we're preparing you to go to college. And actually, when you enroll in our program in the Bunker Hill Pathways, you are already actually enrolled in college. You're taking Bunker Hill classes at JVS. Um,
Okay.
the third requirement is that you are eligible to apply for federal financial aid.
Okay.
So that means you need to have basically any permanent immigration status. So you need to
Hmm.
be a citizen, you need to have a green card, be a refugee or asylee. Your asylum status has been granted. A couple of
Nice.
specific statuses that are eligible for federal financial aid, or otherwise able to pay for college on your own. So
Hmm.
the 6 months at JVS are at no cost to students. They are free for you. But when you go to college, it does cost
Hmm.
money. One of the services we provide is that we help you apply for financial aid.
Oh,
And
that's
we
really
help you
nice.
navigate that whole process, which can be pretty confusing.
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's a wonderful service. But like, what about folks who don't necessarily have a high school degree yet? You guys have an adult diploma program. Can folks go through that and then move to Bridges to College?
Absolutely. We have an adult diploma program at JVS.
Hmm.
You come to JVS and you actually get a Boston Public Schools high school diploma. It's not a GED or high set, it's actually a diploma program. Um, and you do not have to be a Boston resident. You can live anywhere in the Boston area, greater Boston area.
Okay.
And it's a competency-based program. So it's not like you're going freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. You
Right.
are working on the different skill sets and different subjects of learning in high school.
Yes.
Um, and yes, we often have students who continue through to Bridges to College and careers because they know the kind of great support that JVS can provide as they continue their education.
Nice. I actually just pulled up the slide with the information on it. So if people wanted that contact information, it is there. It is also on their website as well. So I will just pull up the website just to show it. So if you go under, I think it's under advanced your education or nope.
It
Where is it on
is,
your web?
yep.
Oh, okay.
Advance your education, earn your high school diploma.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
So, that's awesome. Oh, and you also have programs to improve your English.
Yeah, we have a program called English for Advancement. Like I said, many of our clients and students are immigrants. Not all of them by any means, but many of them are. And
Hmm.
we have a really wonderful program called English for Advancement,
Hmm.
which helps you improve your English and get a job. So because we're a workforce development agency, we offer a lot of education, but all of our education is towards the specific goal of getting a job, furthering your career. So English for Advancement will help you improve your English and also get a job. You'll have an individual career coach who will work with you
Hmm.
to help you find a job. And the career coach aspect of that program is actually across all of our programs. Whatever your program you're in, we will help you find a job, whether that's a job to help you help you while you're getting through the high school diploma program or Bridges to College, or whether that's something more career oriented to help you in the long run. We always can help you find a job.
That's amazing. So we've been talking a little bit about some of the barriers to get a job. So, and a lot of that is educational attainment and language access. Are there any other sort of issues that JVS sort of helps with getting people prepared on that job pathway? Sort
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We have many different skills training
Hmm.
programs. with the specific goal of helping you get a job right away. So we have a certified nursing assistant program, a 6-week and a 14-week program that help you become a CNA. We have a pharmacy technician training that's quite popular. If you go into a CVS and see folks working behind the counter, some of them may be JVS grads who have learned to be a pharmacy technician. We also have a new program called Early Childhood Education, where you will learn to take care of children between the ages of 6 months and 5 years. And we are partnered with several employer partners around the region, so you get a job right away working in childcare. Like I said, all of these programs are designed with the outcome of getting you a job. So for example, the certified pharmacy technician training, as you can see here, it is I believe, 12-week full-time training program. We prepare you to pass the National Pharmacy Technician Training Exam, and then we help you find a job, either in a hospital pharmacy or in a retail setting like CVS or Walgreens.
Nice. So if people wanted to take advantage of these programs, is there a good way for them to register?
Yes, absolutely. So we have an intake system where you can apply to one of the programs. You will get, after you submit your intake form, you will get an email telling you what programs you're eligible for, and then you'll have a welcome meeting with one of our staff from our client services team. I mentioned earlier, I'm also on that team, and so I do a lot of the welcome meetings. It's a quick 10 or 15-minute conversation where we learn more about your background and help you figure out what your next steps will be. So we actually have a special URL link that we've shared that you can see.
I just put it in the chat, sorry, and it'll be in the description below.
Yes, where you can apply for any of our programs and learn more about them through that. So
so that's exciting. What happens if folks aren't eligible? What are their options then?
Yeah, good question. It depends on what the reason they're not eligible is. It may be that they're not eligible, for example, that they are not eligible for one of our programs. They may very well be eligible for a different one of our programs, and our client services staff will help you figure out which programs you are eligible for and aren't eligible for. And if for some reason the specific programs at JVS aren't a good fit for you, we will be able to refer you either to MassHire, which I can talk a little bit more about, or to another agency. But we find that most of the people who come to us, we are able to find something for them because our resources are so broad.
Yeah. So actually, now that you mentioned MassHire, can you talk a little bit about MassHire and sort of your relationship and stuff like that? Yeah,
absolutely. So MassHire is short for MassHire Downtown Career Center. It is part of the One Stop Career Center network. There are a lot of MassHire career centers around the state. MassHire is a separate entity, but they are co-located with JVS. So we're all in the same office, and JVS clients and MassHire members can access each other's services. So in order to access the resources at MassHire, MassHire has resources like job workshops, practice interviewing, help with your resume and cover letter. You can work individually with a career coach, and that is all for free. You just have to become a MassHire member.
Oh, that's cool. So I pulled up the website just so people can just look at it, but it's also MassHireDowntown.org.
MassHire Downtown Boston. You can see our beautiful office space there that we miss so much.
Oh, I hear that. Oh my goodness. All right. It's super weird.
It is.
So how has it been sort of, oh no, it's dropping frames. Sorry. Just checking on the stream health, but that's okay. Just checking. So, um, so when people are accessing stuff remotely, um, are you finding that a lot of your clients are having barriers to accessing stuff, or what can folks do to sort of get access to some of the materials?
Yeah, it's a good question. JVS is working really hard to provide all the resources that people need. We really want to make our services available to everybody. And JVS has actually done a really amazing job in the last, I guess it's 10 months now. Has done a really amazing job kind of becoming an agency that offers all of our services virtually and with really great technology. So one of the things is we have a program. If you become a client, you can share with us what, if you have technology needs, and we are doing our best to provide resources to people who need them. We have hotspots available, we have laptops available, that if people if clients have those needs, we can help, we do our best to help out with that.
Oh, that's great. Let's go in the chat and see. Oh, Simon, I think, was asking about MassHire downtown. And they're asking specifically, can anyone become a member if you are still working? And actually, can you explain a little bit more about JVS too? Do you have to be a member of JVS as well? I'm just curious.
Great questions. So for MassHire, yes, absolutely. We have many of our members are working. Membership just means that you can access all of the resources that we have to offer.
Okay.
And so it does happen often. Somebody's looking for a new job, but they're still working. They can still access. They just become a member for free. It's just a matter of filling out a form or two, and then they have access to all of those resources. JVS there's no membership. You are applying for a program, and you will be accepted into a particular program.
Nice.
We do make an effort to make sure that everyone who is accepted into a program at JVS also becomes a MassHire member, so they also have access to all of those resources.
Oh, that's great. So there was also another question. Do you or MassHire do any job fairs?
That is a great question, and I'm so glad you asked, because I forgot to mention, yes, that is one of the really wonderful things that MassHire offers. We have job fairs that can be for specific industries. Sometimes we'll have a healthcare job fair. Sometimes we'll have a hospitality job fair. And actually, at the end of the month, we have a big job fair coming up, a multi-industry job fair. I think exciting. Maybe, Amber, you might have a screenshot of that, or it's on our website if you want to show that, or it's on the MassHire website.
It's on the MassHire website. Okay.
Yes.
Let me go to the events calendar and I'll just pull that up.
Yeah.
So what day is that on?
I believe it's the 28th, if I'm not mistaken.
So that's Thursday.
Yes.
Let's see.
So
yes, at 11 a.m. I see.
Yes,
right
there
here.
is, and there is a calendar of events of all sorts of resources, workshops, and job fairs. And we also provide job fair prep. If you sign up to go to the job fair, you can also attend a workshop where you can prepare to present your best foot forward at the job fair. In the past, the job fairs obviously have all been in person, and you would come to the room and walk around to different tables and talk with employers. Now they're all virtual. And MassHire has done a really amazing job of putting together these virtual job fairs.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, how does a virtual job fair work? Like, I'm always nervous. Like, I haven't been to a job fair in years, but I'm always terrified. Like, how do you navigate that? Because normally you just kind of, I feel like I walk around aimlessly. So
Yeah, I honestly, I haven't been to one of their virtual job fairs, so I don't know exactly how they're doing it. What I do know is that they, in person, they prepare people really well for for their job fairs to help people so that they don't walk around aimlessly, to help them prepare and think about what their goals are, whether their goal is information gathering, whether their goal is to get their resume into the hands of, say, 5 employers. And I'm sure that they're doing all of that same kind of preparation work and technological magic to make the virtual job fair possible.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's see if we have any other questions. So Flower says, oh, cool. And we have a bunch of people saying hello and good morning. Let's see. So actually, I'm going to take a step back. Do you need a diploma to attend that job fair, or are there any barriers to attend that?
That's a very good question. I don't actually know the answer to that question.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think that whatever jobs, many jobs do require a high school diploma.
Yep.
And so it kind of depends on what kind of jobs are being offered or what kind of employers are at the job fair. And I actually don't know that off the top of my head.
Okay.
But absolutely, like if that's something that you're concerned about, you can reach out to become a member at MassHire, reach out to one of my colleagues there, and they'll be able to help you figure out what your best steps. Again, if you do need a high school diploma, we have an adult diploma pathway program to help you get a high school diploma.
So let me just pull up that adult diploma program again, just so people have that in front of them. Okay. So I was just curious, just because like some folks feel like they can't show up to certain things just because of their English language skills, or because they don't have they don't think they have enough education or skills. And so one of those things is it's kind of sad because like I will meet people and I'll be like, nah, you have a lot of skills. I think a lot of the services that you guys sort of bring to your clients is also helping them realize that they probably they're really marketable.
Absolutely.
It sounds like there's a team that sort of helps everybody do their best.
For sure. And I think that is one of the things that you can get out of either the programs at JVS or becoming a MassHire member, is we help people build confidence, and we help people understand, figure out what their skills and their strengths are, figure out how to market themselves, learn how to create a resume, learn how to create a LinkedIn. This applies to everyone, from people who are in entry-level jobs, people who have low-level English and are just starting out here, and eventually will be able to work up higher and higher, and also people who have been working as professionals for many years here or abroad. There are resources for everyone in that whole spectrum at our agency. Definitely one of the I can say this about Bridges to College and Careers. I'm sure this is true for all of the other programs. One of our goals is to provide a supportive and caring environment for our students. We really want to help them feel confident, feel like they have a place, and help them attain their goals, help them find reach whatever they're looking to do.
So let's see. Just making sure. I was having a little goofiness. It looks like we dropped some frames on this. So, but there is another question. Someone looks like they were looking through a bunch of programs on your website. The bank career training program, that's cool.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. This Flower 2683 is asking some wonderful questions. Thank you. So bank career training program is one of our most popular programs. Before I talk about it, I will say that right now we are not offering it because banks are mostly not hiring new tellers right now because of the pandemic. However, I hope and assume we will offer the training at some point in the not too distant future. It is I believe 10 or 12-week program, I think, that will help you learn to be a bank teller. And if I'm sorry, I'm just going to look this up as I'm speaking.
That's fine. I pulled up the page on the website.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, yes, our bank career training program is within our refugee services department.
Okay.
So you do need to be a non-native English speaker for this program.
Okay.
And many of the people who come to this program were bank tellers or accountants or had some kind of career in the financial industry in their home country.
Okay.
They came here, they want to continue this, and we help them become a bank teller here and then place them in a job. I know in the Santander Bank, in the building that I work in downtown, there's at least one of our graduates, and it's always really exciting to go down and see her because she went through our training.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I just actually looked, it's actually a 7-week training program. It teaches
awesome.
everything from teller responsibilities, customer service, financial literacy. And they have, one of the great things about JVS is that we have really strong relationships with many, many, many employer partners around the region. And the employer partners know that we are offering a great service where we are training a workforce. And they're more than willing to hire the folks that we are training, because they know that they're going to get really wonderful workers. So Santander, other banks that we are partnered with will come in and give a presentation, talk to the folks in the training program, and then they will hire them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and let me just grab a drink of water.
Oh, no problem. I've been sipping out of my coffee mug this morning. Ooh, do you have a fun coffee mug? I forgot to tell you that.
I should have brought a fun coffee mug. I don't have one with me.
Yeah.
That is a really fun one.
Massachusetts runs on Dunkin'. I certainly do. Although this morning I didn't have time to make coffee, so I'm drinking water. Wah, wah.
Another program that I'd like to talk about is our financial coaching.
Cool.
So we have a financial opportunity center, and anybody can get a financial coach. And I will share before I worked at JVS several years ago, I actually was a client. I got financial coaching from one of the coaches there. And
nice.
What they do is they help you understand. They will help you understand your financial situation. They'll help you create a budget, set goals, figure out how to attain those goals, and help educate you about how to be responsible with your finances. So that's a service we offer we offer it to all of our clients at JVS, but we also offer it to folks who are not currently clients. So if that's something that you think could be helpful to you, I highly encourage it.
That's amazing. You have financial education workshops as well?
Yes, we do. We offer all sorts of resources for folks who would like to get a hold of their finances.
Nice. So I had just pulled that up on the website, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I just pulled that up on the screen so folks can see, and I also dropped the link to that in the chat. So folks have access to that. So
additionally, we offer free tax preparation.
I see that.
Yeah, we're part of a big coalition. There are a lot of places around the city of Boston and the region that offer free tax preparation for folks under a certain income level.
Right.
And I think at JVS, the income level is something like, in order to get the free tax preparation, I think it might be $56,000. So if you make anything less than that, you can come to JVS and virtually and get help with your tax preparation. And we did just find out we're going to be able to do that virtually this year.
That's amazing.
And it's a great resource. If you make less than $56,000, you should never pay for your taxes because somebody can help you with that. Sorry, you should never pay to get your taxes prepared is what I meant to say. You should pay your taxes.
Yes. Everyone pay your taxes. Yeah. It's how you get libraries and
Exactly.
funding for great, nonprofits. So
And
yeah.
funding for education. We get a lot of
Mhm.
funding from the state. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Let's see if we have any other questions. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. I could use a financial coach. Free tax help. Good to know this year. Oh man, I wish I could do the free tax help. um,
It's really great what they do.
sure. So we covered a lot, but I was wondering if there are any other programs that you would like to highlight, or any other resources that you would like to highlight at JVS. Something that we didn't talk about. We didn't really actually talk about the disability services. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Sure. If you don't mind, I'm just going to get the website in front of me because so I can make sure I'm talking about the programs accurately.
Of course.
So we have two different disability programs. One of them is called Connections, and it's job coaching for Jewish adults with a disability.
Okay.
And so this program provides one-on-one career counseling, job placement, and volunteer placement services to adults in the Jewish community with a disability. And you are working one-on-one with a career coach to develop a realistic plan based on your vocational interests and goals. That's one of our disability programs. The other one is called Transitions to Work. These are for folks who are between the ages of 18 and 35,
Okay.
and you have a documented disability and you're motivated to work. So we provide job placement services, including interview preparation and resume building, an opportunity to apply for financial assistance to help you with your job search, and ongoing support. We have a lot of employer training partner sites that Transitions to Work partners with. This includes CVS, Beth Israel, Boston Children's Hospital, Whole Foods, Newbridge on the Charles. Students in these classes are both in classes to learn about job skills, workplace readiness, professional development, and they are also working at one of these training partner sites. So it's a really great resources for folks in the disabled community.
That is great. And what I'm doing right now is I'm also putting in the link for the form again, just so people see it. Use this link to sign up for JVS services. So I'm just putting in the universal form link right here.
Great.
Whoa, that's not what I wanted to happen. Thanks. Just did some funny things. So it is above in the chat, but I just wanted to put it in there again, and it did not want to paste. So let me just see why that is.
I just saw a question. If I can say, I just saw a question in the chat. Is Transitions to Work for only for people who are Jewish? No, Transitions to Work is open to anybody.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Flower. A lot of good questions.
Yep.
Now I will ask, do you guys, because you generally help the greater Boston area, but do you have satellite offices anywhere that if people who aren't close to the greater Boston area can get to? Or
yeah, great question. So most of our programs are at our downtown Boston office. We're located on Federal Street in the financial district, very close to South Station, State Street T-Stop, Downtown Crossing. It's like I can't even remember the names of the T-stops anymore because it's been 10 months since I rode the T.
I know.
However, we do also have some locations in other areas. We have locations in Lawrence, in East Boston, and in Lynn. And we also have an adult ESOL program in Hyde Park. Right now, because everything is virtual, our programs are open to anybody who can get, who are able to access them on the computer or your phone. In general, you do have to be able, when we're in person, you do have to be able to get to one of those sites.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. And I left the transitions to work thing up, but I was gonna say, oh, I lost my train of thought. But that's cool because like occasionally we do have people who come to the library and they're looking for something more local. So it's great that you guys have it in East Boston, Lawrence, and what was the third location?
Lynn.
Lynn.
And
Great.
I will actually say, so mostly I believe mostly what we have available at those locations is our English for Advancement program.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all immigrant heavy cities or
Mm-hmm.
areas. And so we really want to be able to provide English language classes and job search services to folks who live there. So that's, again, our English for Advancement program, where you can learn English and we help you find a job.
That's great. Let's see. Someone might have missed the beginning. It says, do you offer non-traditional citizens or non-transitional citizens navigating into jobs? So I think what they're asking is if someone is does not have a disability or is not a refugee. I'm not exactly sure, but that sounds like the question.
We help everybody. If you are looking for a job, you can come to us. You do need to be eligible to work in the United States. That's probably the one major thing. But other than that, you can be an immigrant, you can be a refugee, you can be born here in Boston, born in the United States. You can be from any background. We will find a way to help you. Whether it's through one of our programs, through one of our job search programs. We do have several programs that help folks who are who receive SNAP or housing benefits.
Oh, wow.
And so depending on if you're receiving benefits, we likely have a program that can help you with having access to a job coach. We have all of the different skills training programs that I mentioned, and our academic programs. And if none of the programs at JVS are the right fit for you, we will refer you to MassHire, where you can become a member for free. And at MassHire, you can access all sorts of resources, individual career coaching, workshops, brushing up on your interview skills, learning how to network, job fairs. And we also have something really cool, which I haven't mentioned, called the Talent Match Portal. That's something that was created right at the beginning of the pandemic. Some really impressive technology where you can, and I have to admit, I don't know the details of how it works, but basically you can submit your resume, and employers who we are connected to will be able, we help to match folks with employers who are hiring. So yes, we can help anybody who wants a job. If you want a job, or if you want to further your education or improve your skills, start a new career or further your current career, we can help you.
Nice. And I just pulled the Talent Match portal up on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys help with unemployment insurance?
We do. We also have an unemployment office actually within JVS, within MassHire. Let me rephrase that. There is an unemployment office located in the same office as the MassHire. It is not, as far as I understand, it's not part of MassHire, but we help with navigating unemployment. So if that's something that you are dealing with, we help with that. We help you claim unemployment. We help out with that.
Oh, I wish I knew that like 9 years ago, because like I went and I had to like file unemployment, and it was super weird, the whole situation. But like, that's great to know. I do remember going to one of the trainings at MassHire, nice. when I was unemployed, and it was like an Excel class. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we have all sorts
moons.
of classes. If you look at the calendar, there are just all sorts of resources available to MassHire members.
So I'm just going to pull that up. So I'll pull up the calendar again to MassHire.
And that's a great... Oh, sorry.
partnership you guys have. Sorry, I'm talking over you. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to mention specifically the MassHire. We have a new webinar series
Okay.
called New Year, New Beginnings. I don't know if you want to pull that up.
Sure.
But it's a whole series if you are looking to get a job. Maybe you were laid off this past year. I know that's true for a lot of people, but we have the resources to help you get back on your feet.
Sure.
You can see, I don't know, Amber, if you have this up, but I'm looking at the website right now. We have this multi-industry job fair coming up. We have a virtual job fair prep. We have creating a targeted resume, cover letters, get your resume into human hands, developing your skill set. So there are just all sorts of very cool webinars available to you. And I know my colleagues in MassHire work really hard to present really useful information and resources.
Oh man, job searching for introverts. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes, that's yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I got to tell you, like I'm much better now, but like that would have been helpful. Yeah. So this is cool. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we actually had a networking for introverts taught by an introvert at some point. I don't know if they've offered that recently, but I remember thinking that was pretty cool because it's, you know, someone who understands those challenges.
Yeah. Salary negotiation too. I'm just looking. Crafting your elevator pitch. Woo!
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff in here. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I'm just checking the chat. Oh, and it looks like Il Duce. That was the last question. I hope I'm saying that right. Let's see. So, if people can, oops, I did not transition. If people are looking for help, and let me make sure I'm going the right way, it's in the description on this side, and it will be down below, but the intake form is the best way to figure out whether or not you're eligible for a lot of these services, correct?
Yes, well, that's true of the JVS programs. If there's a program at JVS that you're interested in, you should fill out that form. If you're not sure what you're eligible for, fill out that form. If there's something, if you're in particular interested in, for example, the pharmacy skills training or the Bridges to College and Careers program, or you want to learn English, fill out that form. If you're looking for if you know you want to access the resources at MassHire, you can just become a MassHire member right away this morning. So that's very easy. You just fill out a form. And then you can set up a meeting with a career coach. You can sign up for one of our webinars or workshops. So yes, that is a distinction that anybody can become a member of MassHire.
Okay, that's awesome. I just wanted to make sure I had that right, just because like both organizations offer so many resources. It's actually kind of hard to keep track of.
Yes, I work there and I agree with that. I need to often refer to the website to be able to be sure that I'm saying the right things about each of them.
Yeah, because there was some stuff that we had talked about, and like I didn't realize there were some of the other services that we chatted about this morning. So that's great. I would definitely encourage people like explore the website if you can, and just look at some of the services that are available. That's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, the website is definitely the best place to turn because there's a lot of information there about our programs, about how to apply, about who to get in touch with if you have questions.
Yeah. So I just pulled the website up again. Well, actually, it's on our services, but I just pulled the website up again so people can see. And you have a newsletter as well?
Yes, there is a MassHire newsletter. I believe there's also a JVS newsletter. But yes, absolutely. There is a weekly MassHire newsletter that goes out with all sorts of resources, job tips. That's something that you can sign up for on our website.
Sure. Have you, I'm just curious, have you noticed like an uptick in the number of clients that you guys have had, or, you know?
That's a good question. I actually don't know. I know that one benefit of the virtual space is that it does make it accessible to people who may not have been able to get downtown to downtown to our location.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, parents who are staying home with their kids right now,
Yeah.
they can attend classes online. And it's expensive to take the T, so if there are
Yes.
people who struggled with being able to take the T downtown or to one of our other
Mhm.
locations, now you can just log in and be in our classes online.
Yeah.
Um,
We've had the
so I don't
same.
know about numbers, like if there's more or less. I
Mhm.
do know there's been definitely a very steady stream of people interested in our programs. Um, I know that I can speak for the Bridges to College and Careers program. We've had a really strong cohort this past cycle, people who've been really committed to the program, and
Mhm.
who just, spent 6 months learning online, and now they're starting their college career at Bunker
Wow.
Hill or at Quincy College.
That's amazing. So I'm just gonna pull that up again so people can see on the website. So I was gonna say like we we've also put everything online, and so it's just interesting just because like I think people didn't know some of the things that we had available, and so that was sort of the inspiration for this series. Just because like I feel like there are a lot of organizations like you guys that like maybe people don't know what you guys have.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Word of mouth is definitely our best
Mm-hmm.
our best outreach tool. We get a lot of people who say, "Oh, my friend took one of your classes," or
Mm-hmm.
my family member was a Bridges to College and Career student. Um, no, I'm realizing I didn't talk a lot about the biotechnology program,
Oh, okay.
and I would actually really like to highlight that. Um, like I said, we're in our final week of recruitment for the Bridges to College and Careers program. If that's something you're interested in, email me right away, because this is literally our last week of recruitment for this cohort. But we will be offering it again in July. We'll start recruitment in April. You can email me
Sure.
anytime to express interest in the program, and we can put you on a wait list for the next
Mhm.
cycle. But I did want to talk a little bit about our biotech program, because biotech has gotten a lot of
Right.
publicity lately,
Of
thanks
course.
to companies like Moderna and
Mhm.
Pfizer. Thanks specifically to the scientists working there, we have these two amazing COVID vaccines.
Mhm.
And that is thanks to scientists who are working for biotechnology companies. Um, so we have a biotechnology program at JVS, where you are spending 6 months at JVS learning biology and chemistry.
Mhm.
And after these 6 months, you are going to Quincy College, where they have a state-of-the-art biotech lab, where um, you're actually using lab equipment that is identical to industry lab equipment.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's pretty amazing. I've been to the lab at Quincy College, and they do an amazing job. Um, so to be eligible for this program, it's the same eligibility requirements for all of the Bridges programs.
Mhm.
You also need to have strong math skills to
Ah,
be in this
okay.
program. So if you have strong math skills, you're interested in
Mhm.
science, you should consider this program. Boston is one of the hubs of the world for the biotechnology industry.
Yes.
There are more than 400 biotech companies in the Boston area, which is mind blowing to me. Um, and we help you get a job. So you're at JVS for 6 months, then you go to
Mhm.
Quincy College and do this certificate program. It's called the
Mhm.
certificate, it has a very long name, Certificate in Biotechnology and Good Manufacturing Practice.
Ooh,
And
okay.
the manufacturing refers to working to actually producing medicines and vaccines. You're working in a lab making medicines and vaccines.
That's awesome.
So that is a year-long certificate program,
Wow.
after which you can get a job, or you can continue to get an associate's degree or
Mhm.
or further bachelor or master's. What a lot of folks do, which I think is a really wonderful opportunity, is they get hired. We help them get a job. We have great connections in the biotech
Mhm.
industry. We help them get a job, and then they get a job, and then their company pays for more education, because these biotech companies have a lot of money and they want an
Yes.
educated workforce. So we encourage our students to get a job. and then work towards their education.
That's amazing.
So I just really like to highlight, I just think biotech is one of the most exciting
Mhm.
things we offer,
Yes.
because yes. So if that's
Yes.
something that is interesting to you, reach out to me. I'll tell you more about the program. You can also, I should mention, on the Bridges page, and
Mhm.
I believe this is true on many of the other pages as well on the JVS website. I have an information session there where I talk in a lot more detail about each of these programs.
Sure. There's a video right there, so it looks like you recorded it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
recorded a short information session.
Okay.
And you can learn a lot more about the details of the program there.
Yeah.
They
So I
are
have it up on
all
the screen. Yeah.
they are all free. I should mention this again. All of the services at JVS are free at JVS
Oh,
and at MassHire.
we love free.
Yes.
Yes.
So that is something just to keep in mind. You're not paying for anything when you come to JVS.
Yeah. Oh, so Flower just mentioned the biotech program sounds really interesting. Thanks for mentioning it. Il Duce mentioned that Quincy College is a great school. And then we have someone mentioning that says that is thanking us for highlighting JVS.
You might recognize that last name.
I do. That's great.
That's my mom, the librarian.
Oh, awesome. Yay. Librarians unite.
Yes.
So that's great. Let's see. So because we started a little late, we'll hang out for a little bit in case people have some more questions. But let's see. Are there any other things that folks want to chat about? We can. I just want to mention that the library too has some career resources that you might want to take advantage of. We do some resume review, and then we also help folks do company research. So if you're looking to get hired at a particular company or you're looking to break into a particular industry, we can help you with that as well. You can just email us at ask@bpl.org and we can help you with that. So I'm just going to pop that email in the chat. But as we saw this morning, I think JVS is a little bit better equipped to sort of help you holistically if you're really in need of trouble. We're here if you want like a second opinion, but I think JVS has a lot of your needs covered. So.
Amber, I just saw this question that we covered earlier. Do you offer help for non or transitional citizens navigating into jobs? I wonder that I wanted to mention that if there are folks who have queries, that we do have options available for folks with queries. We provide workshops for folks who, I believe we may have workshops for how to seal your query, and different resources for folks with queries to be able to get into the workforce. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear and that there are options for you if that's something that you're wondering about.
Sure. Is that at MassHire too, or is
yes,
that
definitely at MassHire, and also we have resources at JVS.
Yeah, because that's one of the things like we find when folks return. They feel like they can't get a job, and actually they can. There's a wonderful support network here. And actually, if you are a returning citizen or if you have a loved one that is a returning citizen, there's also the city's Office of Returning Citizens that you can that you can go to as well. So there's a city agency devoted to that as well. So that's really good to know. Because we do get asked a lot if people with people who have a query. Yeah. So thank you for highlighting that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's important to mention because we really want to make sure everyone has access to good jobs and to the resources that we offer.
Yeah, that's really great. Let's see. Yeah, nice to know about queries. Yeah, so that is helpful. Let's see. Any parting thoughts for people as we as we wrap up the stream, or anything people should look out for coming up besides the job fair on the 28th?
Yeah, great question. I think I just want to thank you for this opportunity.
Mhm.
This is a really great opportunity for me, for the Bridges to College and Careers
Mhm.
program, for JVS and MassHire to get the word out about all of our programs.
Sure.
And I would say look at our calendar on the
Mhm.
MassHire website. Look at all of the programs available at JVS. Um,
Yeah.
because we are basically constantly recruiting for different various programs. You know, programs are offered usually 2 or 3 or 4 or more times every year, depending on the
Sure.
length of the program. So, for example, I know
Mhm.
the CNA trainings just got started, but they'll be
Mhm.
offering another CNA, that's Certified Nursing Assistant training, later in the spring. I know pharmacy technician training is recruiting for their February session. So just keep your eye on our website. That's the best place to learn more information about our programs.
Sure. And the next deadline coming up for Bridges to College is the 22nd, right? Is that what it
Um,
is?
it's actually, I would say this week,
Oh, it's
because
this week?
classes actually start on next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oops.
yes, if you're interested in Bridges to College and Careers, or if you know someone who is, I always like to mention, think about your friends and family who may
Yep.
be interested in these resources as well. Um, I would say contact me right away
Yeah.
because
Awesome.
some of our classes are filling up. We do still have some space in some of the cohorts,
Nice.
but yeah. And if it doesn't work out this time around,
Mhm.
we do have another cycle coming up in July.
Okay, cool. I just threw up the flyers just so folks could see. So I threw up the flyer for the adult diploma program and for the pharmacy tech, and then now on the screen I have the Bridges to College stuff, so people want access to that. And this recording will be on YouTube. So if you missed any part of it, you can replay it. And yeah. Um, I think it's almost 5 past. So I wanted to thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk about some of these services with us, just because like I said, it's great for us just to know, just so we can direct patrons to services that they can use. But also, it's a great community resource as well. And I really appreciate you going into detail and answering our viewers' questions and my questions as well. So thank you so much, Sarah.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me and learn all about the great resources at JVS and MassHire.
Sure. This has been great. All right, folks. Our next episode is going to be on January 25th, and we're going to have Nadine Boone from the Small Business Administration joining us at 10 a.m. on Monday, January 25th. So I wanted to thank you all for coming, and thank you again to JVS and Sarah for providing this wonderful sort of introduction to their services. Thank you so much, all, and have a great morning.